Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Imagineers Disney Podcast. Once again, my name is Matt, and I am here again with Susie.
I'm again Susie.
Hope you guys are having a great week. And today we are going to talk about what is actually going to be happening for the rest of the year in Disney parks.
Yeah, a lot of, there's a kind of a basic schedule of different things that go on year after year, but Disney's adding a lot of cool stuff to a lot of festivals coming up, a lot of new things opening. So just gonna be a big year.
It's going to be a big year, and I think even next year is going to be even bigger with the opening of everything. But so we have this list, so we're going to go through it as quickly as possible and be as informative as possible. So let's kick it off with something that is continuing to go on right now. In progress is the Flower and Garden Festival over at Epcot. So
Love it.
That runs through May 28th. So have you been yet this year?
Not yet this year. We're going to be going down for back-to-back weekends for different things that are actually further down on this list. So we'll get to go there and see that and eat all the yummy special vendors and get the cute gear. And I just love Flower and Garden Festival. It's so pretty.
I went down on opening weekend and got to experience pretty much everything. So there, one highlight for me, definitely, if you're a food fan, the outdoor kitchens, all of them are fantastic, but they have a new one this year. It's called the Honey Bistro.
I saw that online. It looks so
It is fantastic. And they have some great options for everyone, including people who are gluten-free. So they have a roasted cauliflower dish that is actually really good.
That's the one I was looking at that I wanted to try. I was like, okay, it's different. Let's see what it's like. It's
roasted cauliflower and then has a honey carrot puree and asparagus. That dish is really good, and it's a great option for people who are gluten-free. And then, of course, if you like cheesecake, be sure to check out the cheesecake dish at that booth. Once again, everything in this booth is honey-themed, so it's a honey cheesecake. And then there's actually an orange blossom ice cream with honey drizzle. So it's so good.
Okay.
So good. And then, of course, everything else in the festival is really great. You have the themed gardens, like the butterfly garden and the bonsai garden over in Japan. And then the tea garden over in the UK pavilion, where you can actually take a tour.
Which we are doing. I'm so excited. I love tea. So I don't really know what to expect, but it's a great price tour. And if you're going down there anytime soon, I haven't done it yet, but I recommend it just because it sounds fun. So why not try new things?
For sure. And at the end of that tour, you actually get scones. Are you doing the one where you...
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I hope we're doing that one. I want a scone.
Tea and scones.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Well, I'll get to that in a little while because I have something else like UK themed, but I don't want to, spoiler alert.
Spoiler. Uh-oh. Well, moving on. So this past weekend, Pixar Fest opened over at Disneyland, and I want to go to this so bad. I want to go out to California and see this, but it started April 13th and actually runs through September 3rd. So you have the entire summer to go experience this. Some of the highlights are they have a new night show, which is called Together Forever. So it's going to be projection and fireworks on the castle over there at Disneyland. That's going to be a highlight of your trip for sure if you're going. The Pixar Play Parade, which will have Up characters and Inside Out characters and just other Pixar favorites in a parade. And then I think the big thing, at least for me, Paint the Night is coming back.
Contain your excitement, Matt.
I will try, but I mean, it's my favorite Disney parade for sure, so don't want to miss that.
Just like speaking of Pixar, we also had another trailer for The Incredibles 2 come out today, and it looked, I'm not going to say incredible because that's really a stupid joke, but it looks great. I'm excited about that movie.
I think in general this summer is going to be really great for Disney and Pixar and all of it. So we'll see. We will see.
Right.
All right, so moving on.
Speaking of Star
Wars. Yes.
What a transition. My gosh, that was so smooth. But I called attention to it. Yeah, so coming up next weekend, April 19th through 22nd, is the Dark Side Half Marathon Run Disney weekend, which I am participating in. It's going to be my fourth Run Disney event and my first 2-course challenge. So I'm doing the 10K and then I'm doing the half the next day. Yeah.
You get the special medal.
I get 3 medals in total. So I get the 10K, the half, and the 2-course challenge. And I'm walking the 10K with my mom, and we could talk more about that later. But then I'm just really excited about Love Disney, Run Disney events, and so they always do a great job of that. So if you're, it's too late to register, but that's just good to keep on your radar because it does kind of change traffic patterns and impacts you getting in the park a little bit. So just FYI, to be on the lookout for that if you're going to be down there the weekend of April 21st, 22nd.
And also that weekend, so the last day of the race, is going to be Animal Kingdom's 20th anniversary celebration. I cannot believe it has been 20 years. That is hard to believe. I remember when that park first opened, and it's been a pretty good 20 years. I've seen a lot of growth in that park, and I think especially with the addition of Pandora.
That's
yeah.
the growth. Pandora.
With the addition of Pandora, I think unfairly the park had a stigma of being a half-day park. It is now a full-day experience. And,
I love Animal Kingdom. Yeah. I love animals. I love doing all the treks and everything. And yeah, that's going to be a really fun event. And they're doing something really cool with some up characters.
Yes. So Flights of Wonder, if you are a frequent visitor to Animal Kingdom, you will remember Flights of Wonder is the bird show over in Asia. They are replacing that with an Up show. It's called Up, a great bird adventure featuring Russell and Doug. Speaking of Russell, if you are a Wilderness Explorer fan, there will be a limited edition Wilderness Explorer badge in the park during that weekend, so be sure to go do that if you like doing the Wilderness Explorer thing. And I think that's great for kids. And it takes up like the entire day. Like it would take up the entire day to do the whole thing and get all the badges. But if you are a collector of those badges, that's going to be something that you're going to want to do. Another option you're going to be able to do is behind the scenes tours with animal caretakers over at Rafiki's Planet Watch. So hop on over to the train and head over to Rafiki's Planet Watch, and you'll be able to learn more about animal nutrition. You'll be able to visit the veterinary hospital and also learn more about how Disney is combating the conservation crisis with animals around the globe. So if you are a big animal fan, I know Kilimanjaro Safaris is one of my favorite attractions. I know, I think it's your favorite attraction.
It is. It's my favorite. And I also love Rafiki's Planet Watch. If they ever get rid of that, they are going to have to tear my body out from the rubble because I will never leave that place. I love it so much. I love the animals.
So yeah, that's going to be a big draw for you animal fans out there. And then of course there's 20th anniversary merchandise available, and there's even a limited edition print that is available for purchase. And Joe Rohde himself will be at Animal Kingdom on the 22nd from 1 to 4 p.m. at Discovery Trading Company to sign that print. So if you're a collector of Disney art, that's a pretty cool thing. So you get to meet Joe Rohde. And I don't know if you ever met him in person, Susie, but I actually ran into him not too long ago at the park. Nicest guy. And really appreciate what he has brought to Animal Kingdom over the past 20 years. So also in April.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited. At the end of April, the weekend of the 28th and the 29th is Spring Dapper Day at Magic Kingdom, and then Epcot the next day. And for those of you who don't know, Dapper Day is the hidden gem, in my opinion, of events at Disney. It's not an official Disney event per se. It is put on by a third-party organization, but Disney loves it. It's just a fun time to come out to the parks dressed in like vintage clothes, retro, 1950s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. There's just a wide variety. You see people dressed from like flapper era to people looking like, you know, the Beatles with a skinny tie and everything. And it's just a fun time to celebrate an era when people dressed up and went places. And you get to wear a costume and twirl, and it's a time to just have fun. So I love Dapper Day. We've been going for a couple years now, and I'm just a big advocate that everyone needs to put on some red lipstick and go. Well, you know, not everyone, but
hey, I mean, if you're a guy, hey, I enjoy Dapper Day too. So it is
not the red lipstick. It's not
the red lipstick. Yeah, you know. No, but you know, it really is fun going with a group of people, your family or your friends, and just kind of dressing up. You know, some people are going to like look at you a little weird, like, where are these people dressed up? But
yeah, but it's not like there's like 12 people. I will say this, when you're walking through the parking lot and you're like not seeing anyone else dressed up and you're like frantically checking your phone to make sure it's the right day and you're at the right park, it's kind of like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna look so silly. Then you get there and there are like hundreds and, you know, throughout the day, thousands, I would think.
Yeah, I think so. Those group pictures that they take every day are pretty big. Yeah. But
so Saturday on the 28th is Magic Kingdom. So show up looking your dapperest to Magic Kingdom that day. And then on Sunday is at Epcot. Show up looking your dapperest then too. 2 days of dapper fun.
Then moving on to May, at the end of May, on May 27th, we have another really fun event, and it is Galactic Nights at Star Wars. Might as well call it the Star Wars part, because that's basically what it's going to be here shortly.
Basically.
But Disney's Hollywood Studios, and this is a ticketed event, and tickets for adults are $129 and kids are $124. And what this gets you is really, it's just a really themed event for Star Wars. There's going to be the projection show on Tower of Terror. If you visited Walt Disney World back last December during Christmas, they had Christmas projections on Tower of Terror. And for this event, they're going to be doing Star Wars. Then they'll have the Galactic Spectacular fireworks show with projections on the Chinese Theater. That's really fun. Mm-hmm. And I think a big thing for this year is going to be the Galaxy's Edge panel. So this is a one-time event only for that evening. They're going to be doing it several times throughout the night, but this panel will only happen that night. You're going to get a sneak peek into Galaxy's Edge and maybe even get a little preview of how far along they are in the progress. So that's going to be exciting. And then, of course, they're going to have some specially themed food and beverages, like the Wagyu beef sliders smothered with cognac mustard and fried Toma cheese patties. What the what?
That sounds amazing. My arteries just clogged like 30% just thinking about it, but that sounds so delicious.
And that's just one of the options. I think there are 5 total, and you can actually purchase a dining package where you can try all of them.
Oh, cool. Are you going?
I'm actually really considering it, just for all of the things I mentioned above, like the panel and then of course the food. So might have to swing down there that weekend and enjoy the festivities. And then moving on to the end of June, I think this is going to be the key event for Walt Disney World this summer, and that is the opening of Toy Story Land.
Yay!
Yay,
finally.
Yep, long awaited, and it's finally done, coming up here shortly. So, and it's going to be adding some attractions to Hollywood Studios, which is much needed. So you're going to have Midway Mania, which has been there for years now, but with the additions of the Slinky Dog Coaster and Alien Swirling Saucers, you're going to get some family-friendly attractions that are going to be great for the little ones in your family.
Yeah, Hollywood Studios has been kind of lacking in that area recently. I mean, they've got the like Disney Junior stage, but there's not that clear like younger for the youngsters, for the kiddos. But whatever, I'm gonna do Slinky Dog Coaster.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fun.
And then another thing that they just recently came out with was the menu for Woody's Lunchbox. So I think the theme itself really sounds cool for this. So just imagine Andy taking his Woody lunchbox and placing it down on the ground and taking out the thermos, and it's basically a walk-up window at that lunchbox. So
so fun.
It's so fun, and there's going to be breakfast and lunch and dinner options at Woody's Lunchbox, like s'more French toast breakfast sandwich, and then the barbecue brisket melt. And one thing that sounded really good was the dessert option. There are going to be these tarts, kind of look like Pop-Tarts. There's going to be like a raspberry one with some dried berries on top. And then there's a chocolate hazelnut option topped with icing and bacon.
Oh my gosh.
So sweet and salty. Can't go wrong.
Well, like everything that we've seen of the menu it's so fun. Like it's such a quirky, like s'more French toast breakfast sandwich. Like what in the world? That sounds amazing. Give it to me right now.
Potato barrels.
What were they called? They're like tachos.
Yeah, tachos, yeah. So it sounds like a really, really unique menu. And I think, personally, I think they've kind of upped their game in the food options with these new lands. Pandora with Satuli Canteen, I think, is the best quick service in Walt Disney World.
So many options.
And healthy options too, for sure.
Yeah.
And so I think this is only going to add to that. So that's going to be really fun. And then shortly thereafter, we have July 4th activities.
That's going to be a really busy, 5 days.
Yep.
That's going to be crazy between Toy Story and July 4th.
And if you are a fan of pyrotechnics, fireworks of any kind, you have got to see the fireworks at Epcot and Magic Kingdom. They are incredible. The shows that they do are spectacular. In fact, with the Magic Kingdom fireworks, it's one of the few times a year where they do perimeter fireworks. So they're launching them from behind Cinderella's castle like they normally do every night, but then they are launched elsewhere on property, so you almost get this 180-degree view of fireworks for that particular show. America. Speaking of America, Voices of Liberty. My favorite singing group at Walt Disney World. So very talented. They're an a cappella group that is in the American Adventure Pavilion over in Epcot, and they will be doing concerts throughout the day, and don't want to miss that as well. So
between the chocolate hazel topped lunchbox tart bacon thing out of a Toy Story Land, and then July 4th, I mean, something topped with bacon and then fireworks. It really doesn't get more American than that.
So, really, you could stay that entire week and really experience all of those things. So moving on to August. So starting August 17th through October 31st, we have one of my favorite events of the entire year, and that is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. You don't want to miss it. The tickets are actually now on sale, so go online or just email us. We'd be happy to get you set up for those. If you've never been to the Halloween party, some of the things you can look forward to, you can actually dress up. It's really a great way to see people get really creative with their costume ideas. So you see a lot of, Toy Story characters and Pixar characters. Last year when we went, I actually dressed up as one of these stretching portraits from the Haunted Mansion.
I was just about to say, y'all had such a cute picture.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. My wife was actually pregnant with our first child, who is now 2 months old.
Are you guys going to go this year again to Mickey's Not So, like a before and after?
I'm thinking about it for sure.
Oh my gosh.
We had such a good time. So
one of my favorite things is seeing all the really creative costumes that families come up with, and especially people with babies, because you can get really creative, and it's so funny seeing little kids dressed up in something. It cracks me up. People are so creative.
Yeah, so she had the baby bump, and she dressed up as Kanga.
That's so cute. Oh my god.
And then had a stuffed little Roo in a pouch in the front.
Stop. So cute. Oh my gosh.
Another one of my favorite things to see any day in the park in Magic Kingdom is the Dapper Dans. So if you do not know who the Dapper Dans are, they are the barbershop quartet that kind of hangs out around the barbershop, of course, on Main Street. and they perform every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, during the Halloween party, they actually hang out in Frontierland, and they are the Cadaver Dans.
I haven't heard of this.
Really?
No, I have not heard of the Cadaver Dans.
Okay, so you need to go on YouTube and just search Cadaver Dans, and they do. So they're all dead.
Of course, I figured that from the cadaver.
So they have like pale makeup, and one of them will have like an arrow through his head, but in a really comical way. Yeah. So it's comical. It's not scary looking or anything like that. So
right.
And then they do numbers like I know they do a lot of villain numbers like Cruella de Vil and stuff like that, and they still tell their jokes, so it's fun. Cool. And then of course the Boo to You parade with all the characters from your classic Disney characters like Mickey and Minnie, and then they'll actually have special themed floats like for the Haunted Mansion, and you'll see the Evil Queen. So that's a fun parade. And then Happy Hallowishes, the fireworks show, and then the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular with the Sanderson sisters, which will be on the castle stage.
I love Halloween, and it is just a crime that I have not gone to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Yeah, you really need to
go
do it.
This year. I really want to go and come up with a fun costume.
And I think, one of the biggest things that's a value, especially with families with small children, is you can do trick or treating in the park. So you can take your own bag, go in the park, and then there'll be stations throughout the park where you can get candy and stuff. But it's a really safe environment to do it. So if you're looking for a safe way to do trick or treating with your kids, consider the Not So Scary Halloween party.
Cool. I want to go trick-or-treating, get candy too, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, for real. And you know what else is a lot of fun?
What else is a lot of fun?
On August 30th, Food and Wine Festival opens in Epcot. The annual Food and Wine Festival runs through November 12th. So there's not a whole lot of information on that just yet, but we should be expecting that in the summer. So we'll get more information on seminars, and then, of course, the Eat to the Beat concert series. So we'll know who some guest artists are coming. And then we'll also get the full food menus for each of the outdoor kitchens at the festival.
I love at Food and Wine and Flower and Garden, just like snacking around the world. Going to the special little pop-up, I guess, kitchens that they have in each country, and then you get a group together, and sharing is caring. Everyone gets a little bite of something, and in the end, it costs a little bit more than a meal at a quick service restaurant, but you get a little bit of everything. It's fun.
Yeah. The individual dishes themselves usually range between like $3.50, and I think the most you're going to spend is like $8, and that's for the fillet.
Yeah.
Over at Canada, but most of the time you're getting these snack size dishes that can be easily split between people, so you get to experience more things. So
yeah, and if you get something that you don't like, hopefully someone else in your party will. We had that happen once in China, and I love the food in the China Pavilion, but we had something one time and I was like not a fan, but didn't go to waste. Someone else in the group liked it, so get your friends together and snack all you want.
And then, of course, we have the Wine and Dine half marathon weekend.
Yes, yeah, I did the Wine and Dine half marathon in 2016. Yeah, 2016. That was my second half marathon at Disney. Really fun, and I mean, I've said this before, like every run Disney's fun, but they're also different. So because it's during Food and Wine Festival, they have different characters along the way, like Lumiere's dressed up and he's got a little tray, be our guest, and it's just so fun. Definitely check that out. And then because you're running, you don't have any guilt after when you go to the park and eat your brains out and just eat everything you want.
Carb up.
You just ran, so you deserve it. Treat yourself.
So that is going to be November 1st through 4th for the Wine and Dine weekend.
Yep.
And then shortly thereafter, November 8th is actually the opening night for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So yeah, the turnaround from the Halloween season, the fall decorations into the Christmas decorations is literally overnight.
Which,
And
by the way, I just must say, I have a deeply held conviction that Thanksgiving needs to be more widely celebrated because the food is good and you don't have to buy presents. So just going to put that out there. I'm not saying that Disney needs to do like Mickey's Pretty Pilgrim Parade or something. I mean, they do stuff on Thanksgiving, but like, I just don't think Thanksgiving in general in our society gets enough love. I'm going to get off my soapbox now, if that's okay. Go right ahead.
oh no, I mean, I have a deep love for turkey as well.
And there's football, and it's great. I love Thanksgiving. Okay, but Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is fun.
Yeah, and you know, and I really love the fall decorations too. But I guess
Mm-hmm.
in order to accommodate to have the same amount of days for the Halloween party and the Christmas party, yeah, you got to give and take a little bit. So
Yeah, it's literally out the door with one and, back in with the wreaths.
So that starts November 8th. And once again, tickets are on sale. It's like the earliest they've ever been on sale. So those are available for purchase. And then, so what you can experience at the Christmas party, you have Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration, which is the big stage show every evening. And then, of course, you have A Frozen Holiday Wish, where Elsa will turn Cinderella's castle into her castle.
You guys can't see my face right now, but I'm definitely making a, like, come on face at Matt. Come on. Like,
Stink face.
It's just, I will be the first to admit that Frozen was overly marketed and has taken over our lives. And there was a time where you couldn't go more than like 15 minutes in any given situation around children without someone busting out in a Frozen song. But Frozen's a good movie. I think it gets... I know. It's penetrated everywhere. It was too
Cinderella's castle. It's Cinderella's castle.
What? Cinderella has no snow powers?
Okay, I will say the icicles are really cool on the castle.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we have A Frozen Holiday Wish, and then of course Holiday Wishes, the special nighttime fireworks. So if you're planning on coming down for those dates, once again, that is November 8th through the 21st. Come experience Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
During that time, though,
yes,
there's another event going on.
Yes, another special event.
Because of course there is. The Fall Dapper Day. So Dapper Day sets dates in the spring and the fall at Disneyland and Disney World. And at Disney World, the fall dates are November 17th through 18th. And we're doing it a little bit, I say we, I have no input in this. They're doing it a little bit differently this year. Saturday morning, part of the afternoon, we're going to be at Animal Kingdom, looking dapper safari, I guess, or, however you want to work that out. Wardrobe change, and then Magic Kingdom at night.
I would pay money to see everybody dressed up all dapper, like in the safari vehicles.
Oh, right. It's gonna look so pretentious. Like white gloves. I mean, this is so not Disney, but like the crown, like when she goes like on the Commonwealth tour, that's what it's gonna look like.
Yep.
It'll be cute. I don't know if you'll find me personally at Animal Kingdom that morning. I think Magic.
Oh, come on.
I mean, like, I've got my outfit planned already. I'm just going to recycle one of my old dresses. It doesn't really fit Animal Kingdom, but I'm hoping...
Well, why can't you have two outfits?
Because I don't have 2 wallets to hold all the money to buy my outfits, Matt.
Okay.
Plus a third outfit, because Sunday is Epcot, and you definitely cannot be caught wearing the same outfit twice in the same weekend. Like,
absolutely not.
That's just not dapper at all.
So, was it last year that you did Mary Poppins?
Yeah, I did Mary Poppins this past Fall Dapper Day. Disney bound it as Mary Poppins. And then my mom Disney bound it as Mrs. Banks, and my dad is Mr. Banks. And yeah, we were just the cutest thing you'll ever see. And I love Disney bounding, and it's really fun with a dapper twist. And anytime you Disney bound, it always adds an extra element when you meet characters. So went and met Mary Poppins over in the UK, and I probably butchered it. Sorry, actress who played Mary. I mean, the real Mary, if you're listening. But I did a British accent because I was Mary Poppins, and it's just It was fun, you know. That's Dapper Day.
Yeah,
A little
Dapper
bit different
Day.
than the spring because of that Animal Kingdom, and then Magic Kingdom at night on Saturday, the 17th of November.
Yep, it's gonna be a fun time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving into December, we have the December Epcot International Festival of the Holidays, where World Showcase and Epcot in general will be decked out with Christmas stuff. In fact, all the parks, but some of the things that you can experience inside Epcot are holiday-themed kitchens. And then I think what's really cool is for each country in World Showcase, you can go around and there will be holiday storytellers where they will tell you about Christmas traditions from that country. So it's kind of a really cool educational experience, a fun educational experience to learn about Christmas traditions from other countries around the world.
Cool.
Then of course, probably my favorite event in Epcot year round, every year, is Candlelight Processional. So you have celebrity narrators that will come and they will read the Christmas story, and they are accompanied by large community choirs or high school choirs from all over. They will come down and sing songs to the narration. And then, of course, they are actually led by Voices of Liberty. So it's a really, really great Christmas concert if you are looking to do something like that.
And then just something else going on in December. I've seen this on a couple of calendars, and I just think in general it's good to know when various events and competitions are being held at Disney. Wide World of Sports has stuff all the time, but if you're trying to find a time of year to see how busy things are going on, it's good to know like what else is going on different big groups coming. But around the December time-ish is when Pop Warner has their big Super Bowl and cheer and dance competitions. So if you're a part of that, you know, now's your time to come to Disney. Let us know if you need help booking your trip.
For sure.
Otherwise, it's just, like I said, it's good to know what's going on. You see a big group of people. You're wondering, like, why is it more crowded than usual? So just a tip when you're planning a trip is to just see if there are any other conferences or big games going on at Wide World of Sports so you can plan your days accordingly. Yeah,
basically mid-December through the end of the month is probably the busiest.
That's true.
The busiest time in Walt Disney World, and especially from Christmas Day on through New Year's. I think Christmas generally is the busiest day in the parks, which I know is a surprise to a lot of people, but I'm
not surprised. I just, what other time to spend time with your family and to feel the magic?
Yep.
Than on Christmas.
It's actually really fun. And then wrapping up the year, we have the New Year's festivities. New Year's Eve in Magic Kingdom or Epcot is really great. So once again, the perimeter fireworks in Magic Kingdom. Now, just be forewarned, it is very, very crowded. You are going to be shoulder to shoulder with people for hours on end waiting for the midnight to come to ring in the new year. But
I don't think you're the only one who thought about going to Disney on a holiday, unless that holiday's like, I don't know, Arbor Day or something really random, because it's gonna be very
it's a mini Times Square. Like Main Street is a mini Times Square.
MINNIE Times Square?
Hey, maybe. She's got jokes.
No, it's just mini, like it's
so, but what is not small is the crowd. But, you know, it is a really unique experience. So if you're interested in that, that's an option for you. So we have basically gone through the entire year of hitting up the major events that are going to be happening. Well, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave an email for us. Our email is matt@imagineerspodcast.com. And until next time, guys, look forward to seeing you again.